Hey Mojoholics, welcome to Watch Mojo FAQ episode 17. Ash, welcome.
How are you, Rebecca? How are you, Mojoholics?
I'm good. I hope you guys are good. So last week in the thumbnail, Ash and I were wearing baseball caps with the Watch Mojo logo on it, and some users said, "What the hell? How come you weren't wearing those in the video?" And you kind of accused us of gaming you. But brace yourselves, because the merchandise is on its way. Technically, it's here.
Yeah, so basically we launched Watch Mojo shirts really out of popular demand. I mean, we'd been around for 6-7 years. We always thought it was kind of a distraction, but eventually we wanted to make you guys happy. And then some of you would say, well, what about a cup? What about some caps? What about, bottles or keychains or stickers and whatnot? So we obviously ran a poll, got some feedback, and what we realized early on was we could basically produce good quality merchandise for the Mojoholics, and since we weren't really doing it to make money, we were just doing it more as a sort of perk or a treat, it was totally feasible. The problem is a cup doesn't cost a lot, so you could buy one for not very expensive, but it's the shipping and handling that makes it really prohibitive. So our genius idea, hopefully, was that we could probably just bundle it all in some kind of gift set, like a Mojo box, and basically spread out the cost of shipping and handling over many items.
So what's in the box?
What's in the box, yeah.
We've got 1 of 3 hats, 1 of 3 t-shirts, stickers.
Keychains, bottles, and cups. And I'll even throw into, the risk of making this sound like an infomercial, I'll even throw in a book because we want to cram, I'll even put like a piece of chicken if it was possible. We want to put as much value in the box so that when you guys get it, like I said, we're basically taking whatever the individual cost is, adding them all together, adding shipping and handling, and that's it. It's just a treat. We hope you guys like it. So that's that.
So why didn't you want to do this?
Yeah, so this, you know how Jerry Seinfeld says he's not an orgy guy? I'm not an e-commerce guy. I mean, this, if you like producing content and storytelling and all that, getting into physical goods, producing, designing, shipping, warehousing, taxes, duties, and all that crap, that's crap. The merchandise is not crap, by the way, for that other viewer that called me out last week.
Oh.
I think it is a bit of a distraction. But you know what? Now that we have this big audience that seems to like us and we love you, it's kind of like a treat, and it's in time for the holidays. And if you order it, I think by like early December, we can pretty much guarantee that you get it come Christmas time.
Oh, we sound like an infomercial. But anyway, that makes me think of that old business saying, like selling it at a loss but making up in volume.
Yep.
Okay. So let's run down the things that we touched on throughout the season.
Is this my end of year evaluation?
I guess so. I'll be taking notes.
Let's go.
The app.
Yeah, so the app, short and sweet. The majority of you said, what's the point? If you were watching us on mobile or on tablets, you were using the YouTube app. To duplicate that made no sense. I think what we kind of realized is we may do an app in 2015 that would incorporate the suggestion tool as well as some trivia Q&A.
Cool. The fellowship.
The fellowship is basically that community of Mojoholics that wants to get extra involved to moderate the comments, basically. So we had a lot of interest early on. We still have a few of you that help us out, we notice. A lot of you have gotten free shirts and whatever, as a result of the small token of our appreciation. I think the challenge is we get it that people are busy. Everybody's really interested at first, and then kind of they get distracted, which is fine. So the question is, how do we keep you guys motivated? Is it free merchandise? Is it school credit behind the school scene, behind the scenes kind of access to how we produce things? That's the challenge right there.
Okay, so that sort of takes us to the Campus Ambassador Program.
Yes. So initially the Campus Ambassador Program was, so many of you tell us and you take pictures of you guys putting up Watch Mojo on big screens and doing like Mojo-thons. So we were going to think of like throwing these massive, sort of exclusive sneak peek to our new videos where we send you beer or juice or whatever is legal depending on your age. But then we kind of realized based on your feedback that it should tie in actual academia and maybe even like job search and job prospecting opportunities. So what we did is, you notice we actually did launch Watch Mojo news clips. So what we're thinking is we should probably partner with journalism, poli-sci, business schools, and see who amongst the Mojoholics have aspirations to be reporters and writers and journalists, and basically align all those things and actually set up like a virtual bureaus around the world where, like, if you're in Japan or if you're in South Africa or in Brazil and there's interesting things happening, then you guys would, for compensation, for school credit, for free stuff, you guys would then become our network of contributors where we could cover all these stories.
That kind of brings us to the language translation and subtitling of our videos?
Yes, most of you still don't know that, all of our new videos are now available to be translated and subtitles added. There's over 340 videos that are available. It's just a matter of you guys doing what you asked us to make available to you.
Right. So
help us help you, help us help you.
Oh, gee. I guess that ties into the local editions.
Exactly. I think eventually we would love to do, local trends in different areas and even like top 10, South Korean or North Korean actors. But that's really a few
Kim
steps.
Jong-un,
Yeah.
Kim Jong.
That's a few steps out. I think the first step is just to make our clips that are in English available subtitled to different people around the world who may not speak English to introduce you with the brand and the programming.
Okay. 85 to 90% of our audience is male. So what happened to the possibility of a women's channel? I see where this is going.
No, this was something that a few of you brought up, but then when we again polled you, most of you said, it's fine, it's not broken, you don't have anything to fix. I mean, the reality is, I would love to do everything yesterday, but we really have to focus and serve the Mojo-holics, and if 85–90% of you are men, then that probably means making sure you guys, like we do every video on every suggestion. You guys sometimes say, oh my God, well, 3 of you say this usually, like WatchMojo's running out of ideas. That's ironic because what keeps me up at night is knowing that we have not created every single suggestion you guys are asking for. So we may do, it is all about packaging. We may publish top 10 male actors that women find attractive, which is essentially the same video as top 10, sexy actors, let's say, but we'll just always package it in a way that you guys would want to watch.
Right. It's the same list. But anyway, next up, the background music in our videos. Some people wanted to know if there was an easy way to download the stock music that we use.
Yeah, so that's interesting because that's one question we've gotten. Another frequent kind of email we get is, I'm producing this kind of music, I want an outlet to showcase it. And we've actually in the past even produced a couple of music videos.
The Facebook song? The
Facebook song, yes. We'll link to that. You guys can watch it. Don't judge us. So the point is, I think what we're going to start doing is bringing those together, saying, hey, we could probably get a bit more active under the sort of music label, wannabe, indie label kind of world. And because we work with the major record labels, we could then probably hold hands with emerging artists and connect them with the bigger labels. That's a lot of work. We're not going to do that over the Christmas holidays. We'll do it by spring break. No, but it is something now that is definitely on our radar, 2015, 2016. If you're interested in that, you've probably emailed us in the past. Feel free to email us again.
Oh, my record deal's on the way. What about shorter clips? We pulled Mojo-holics, as we always do.
Rebecca, what's your last name? No, I'm kidding. That's a bad joke. So shorter clips, okay, that same thing. We did, at some point we said maybe we need to go a bit shorter instead of 10–15 minutes, go 5–7 minutes. But again, we asked you guys. The majority said, no, we like the 10 to 15 minute videos. It doesn't mean we're not going to have shorter videos. But again, based on the feedback, I think you guys actually like the length. So we're here to serve.
Is there anything else you want to touch on?
Yes, but not anymore on this show, next week. So Topics, which launched, Dan's new show, which launched very recently, was basically born out of a viewer suggestion. That's why we love you so much. And then we discussed it on this show and on What's Your Mojo, and we kind of got feedback, and we brainstormed, and it kind of evolved into what it was. But if we had to be honest and say, hey, what is the #1 show you would like us to add to our slate? It wouldn't have been Topics. It would have been, frankly, a video game show to go along with our top 10 video game list. So you see where I'm going. We are now in very early production of a new video game show, which we will launch in 2015. So next week, we're going to touch on that a bit, get some of your feedback, and we'll also seek your feedback on the iteration and evolution of the WatchMojo.FAQ show, which is kind of ending season 1, and the What's Your Mojo show that you took over from Emily, that will be going into season 3 technically.
Right. Well, I am definitely going to tune in myself next week because I am intrigued. Thank you very much for watching, you guys. See you next week.